Good evening, everybody. It is about 6:30 on October 2nd, and this is a regular meeting of the Wareham School Committee. We are being recorded by WCTV and an audio recording by our able Jamie Wixton. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So next on the agenda is public participation. Is there anybody here from the public who would like to address the committee? Yes, sir. Please take one of the microphones and make sure it's on. You're welcome. In case you haven't been here before, well, you are very welcome. Everybody gets 3 minutes to address the committee. We will be very interested in what you have to say, but it will not be a conversation. We will just be listening. Would you state your name, please?
My name is Gerard Cardillo.
Thank you.
I live on 36 Lot Street in Wareham. I'd like to know the school committee's position on charter schools.
As I said, we don't respond, but we're happy to listen to your position on charter schools.
Well, I was just concerned, how many charter schools do we have in the town of Wareham?
0.
You don't have 0. Why is that? You're not going to answer that.
It's not that we're not interested in charter schools,
Yeah.
but this is an opportunity for you to speak, not for us to speak.
All right. Well, I'd just like to know what the town's position is on charter schools, and if you have 0, I guess there's no position.
I think it's fair to say the town,
Yes.
but the Board of Selectmen is the body that speaks for the town and the town administrator. I think it's fair to say they don't have a position on charter schools. We weren't going to have a conversation. I know a lot about charter schools because I used to be the president of a charter school management company. So you're asking the right person.
Yeah.
But this is not a conversation, and we don't have a position on charter schools.
All right. What about DEI in the school system itself?
Once again, I appreciate you're interested in this. If you wanted to make a meeting with the superintendent or myself, we'd be happy to talk about it. But in a public school committee meeting, it's just you speaking to us.
I'm concerned about school choice. No position. I understand.
We accept school choice students, if that's what you're asking.
What's that?
We accept school choice students.
Yeah. The town does not have a position on DEI. No position? Okay. Men and women's sports, what's the town's position on that? I guess I'm not going to get that answered either.
How about if you tell us how you feel?
Well, I don't think men should be involved in women's sports.
Okay?
Okay.
Any other position you'd like to tell us about?
I think we should have, school choice should be up to the parents, and the money should be directed from the tax money to the parent to send their child whatever school they wish to attend. All right. DEI, which is, in my opinion, is very racist. It's way beyond. We're way beyond that, and it should not affect hiring of teachers, or whether they be black, white, or women, or whatever. It should not be affected at all. It should not be used as a standard.
That's 3 minutes and I really appreciate your being here. Is there anything else you really feel you need to say?
No, but it's like I didn't get anything answered, but I don't care. It doesn't matter. If the superintendent wants to answer something, that'd be great.
If you want to make an appointment with him,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Thank you.
we appreciate you being here. Is there anybody else from the public who would like to address the committee? Seeing none, we'll move on to good news. Does anybody have any good news?
I do.
Yes.
Actually, I have a few things. So first, I just want to say thank you to those who came out this week to the community forums. So the Superintendent Search Committee, we held a community forum this week, 2 sessions, one for people who work in the district and one for any community members that wanted to come out. And they were both very well attended, and we really appreciate everyone who came out. There were lots of good discussions, and again, just exceeded our expectations. So I'm sure Kevin would agree, you know, that we were really thankful that happened. This past weekend, I was able to go to the fundraiser that our student rep spoke about, the DECA Ford fundraiser, which is another great community effort. You know, Wareham Ford comes here, they've done it in the past. They come here for the whole day, and you drive a car, and a student gets $30. I mean, it couldn't be any easier, and I'm pretty sure there was food there, too. So it was good to see community out there, but the gentleman, and I'm going to forget his name, but there's a gentleman from Wareham Ford. He was there years ago when my kids did it. He was still there this year, you know, conducting the fundraiser. And so I just want to say that we don't take it for granted that we have businesses in town who really go out of their way to support the schools and the community. It used to be called Drive One for your school. Now it's called Drive One for your community. So it's not just limited to schools. So I just wanted to thank them. And finally, it is Unified Basketball season, so get ready because you're going to hear about the Unified Basketball team. They had so many players that were interested, partners and players that wanted to play, that they have 2 teams. And the first team played their first game last week, earlier this week at Dartmouth High School, and they won. So they're looking forward to a good season. And, you know, I encourage everyone, if you can get out, to get to a game. And they're also doing a fundraiser, Krispy Kreme fundraiser. Who doesn't love a Krispy Kreme donut? So they'll be doing that later this month. So I just wanted to give them a shout out. That's all I have.
I'd like to say congratulations to Wareham High School. It was designated a unified champion school for the 24-25 school year by the Special Olympics because they have implemented unified sports, inclusive youth leadership opportunities, and whole school engagement. They'll be attending an annual Unified Champion School Conference on Friday, October 10th. So congratulations
Yes,
to the high school on that.
congratulations is right.
There's been a lot of good work done there, around that. I'd also like to, Bethany and Tracy attended a ceremony in Arlington, Mass. this week. I sent you along that newspaper article. Wareham was one of 63 school districts out of 308? 302. Recognized for returning back to pre-pandemic levels in math for grades 3 through 7.
It's called Top 20%. I love it.
Yeah. That's due to a lot of hard work by our staff. So thank you to all of them. Thank you to Bethany and Tracy for attending and representing. Congratulations, everyone. And we actually did it also in some of our ELA scores. Not all of them, but so really a lot of good work.
Thank
That's
you.
all I have.
Great job. Anybody else have any good news? All set? And Priscilla, unfortunately, Priscilla Ross is our student representative and is not here tonight, so we will move on to the minutes of two separate meetings. They're kind of old. One is March 2nd. Excuse me. Yeah, March 2nd. Why did I think it was this? It's the 6th, not the 2nd. Yes? Yes. March 6th and March 20th. I will take a motion to approve both if people feel comfortable. I have a motion to accept. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain?
Abstain.
Abstain?
I wasn't here.
I wasn't here for one of them, so I'll abstain.
Which one are you abstaining on?
I wasn't here for either of those.
Either one. You're right, you weren't. Okay, and you were there
Here for the first one in March.
for the first one. So it's, for the March 6th, it's 302, and for March 20th, it would be 401, assuming I did my math correct. Thank you. Our next presentation will be by Dr. Chandler, which I'm really looking forward to. And you brought reinforcements, excellent. It looks like we only have 3 microphones, so make sure you get in front of a live microphone. Oh, is it,
It's four.
what? Oh, it's blocked by the,
There's 4 of them.
1, 2, you're right, sorry. You're right. And the green light should be on your mic so to make sure you get heard. Dr. Chandler?
Okay, thank you, school committee. We're excited. I'm going to introduce my colleagues here to speak about the new preschool program happening at the high school, along with the CPPI grant, and a little bit about what's happening there. So I just wanted to introduce, we'll start with you, Mr. Bursch.
Burge, and I serve as a .5 itinerant special education teacher through the grant, and also a .5 grant coordinator.
Hi, Wendy Owens. I'm preschool department chair, and I'm co-grant coordinator for the CPPI grant.
My name's Rachel Ricciardi Busio, and I'm the teacher at the high school for the preschool.
Welcome.
And also behind us is one paraprofessional, and I do believe we have a high school student arriving after her soccer game, if she's there. So Ms. Petronelli is there with us. I just want to start off by saying
If she'd like to come up, she could sit where the student mic is. Welcome, and make sure that mic is on.
So we've talked a lot about the CPPI grant, and this is the CPPI, and we're using this for preschool. So I thought it would behoove us to understand a little bit more about CPPI. And to do this, we're going to begin with Mr. Burge and Ms. Owens. So Mr. Burge is going to explain what the CPPI grant is.
So for those of you who are new to the committee and aren't familiar, so CPPI stands for Commonwealth Preschool Partnership Initiative, and it's funded through the Department of Early Education and Care with the main goal of expanding the access to high-quality preschool within school districts that receive the grant in Massachusetts. It has 3 priority strands that we are focusing on. Again, that expansion of access to affordable, quality preschool, building locally aligned quality, and equitable access to special education and inclusion. So what does that mean? So we have our program at the high school, and part of my job, what I do is I go into, we have 3 partners, so I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but basically, I go out into our community partners and I teach there. So we have some students who, we receive evaluations, requests for evaluations from the centers. We, screen the kids and then do evaluations. And if possible, the goal is to keep them where they are, to reduce the number of transitions for them. And so if we can support them there at their centers, that's what we do. And also, The itinerant, so I'm part of the itinerant team. So I'm the special education teacher. We have a board-certified behavior analyst. She goes into the centers as well. And then a speech and language pathology assistant who also goes into the centers. So we can support their teachers there, and the students as well.
And we have a slide for that.
Yes.
Okay. It was an initiative from the superintendent. It was a collaborative effort. I can't tell you how proud I am to be part of the team that was a part of the collaboration to build the preschool at the high school, because it was Mr. Palladino, Mr. Sylvester, Ms. Owens, myself, superintendent of schools. We had the grounds crew. We had maintenance, the custodians at the high school. We had the office staff at the high school, the office staff at beyond school time, the office staff at Wareham Elementary School. It was one of the most amazing collaborative efforts of true great work.
Don't forget the plumber.
I did say maintenance. I didn't want to name names or name exact titles, but absolutely, plumbing was a big part of the collaboration efforts. And painting. We painted, this crew painted on Saturday around the plumbing that was also taking place in the classroom. So it was just an amazing, amazing collaborative effort that I was really just extraordinary just to see and be part of. And I'm so grateful. And to see this preschool up and running is just so exciting. And I cannot wait for, hopefully, we've invited you on the 8th. There's an invitation again there to come at 3 o'clock to see this classroom. And so we're just very proud. Along with the preschoolers who are there, we have 10 preschoolers now.
Oh, 10 high
We have
schoolers.
10 high schoolers. We have 8 preschoolers. We have 2 preschoolers coming, Wendy, next month?
Next week.
Next week.
Yeah.
We have 2 more. And then we're still growing to get 15 preschoolers. Wendy can speak to that in a moment. We have 10 high school students. So each period, we have 1 student who comes 1 period, 3 students who come another, 3 students who come another, and 3 students who come another period. So 4 periods within the day, students come to support within the classroom and getting that hands-on experience while also working with Miss Rachel and Miss Jen to learn how a preschool runs every day. I was there today with 3 of the students, and it was just, they're just doing such a wonderful job. And then we also put assignments there for them for reflection. So they're doing some hands-on work, and then they're reflecting about their work within the classroom setting. Okay, that's what I've got.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about the high school?
Sure, I'll just jump in. I have to say, the high school, I was a little nervous to go to the high school. I've worked at the elementary school for the past few years, and the high school has been so welcoming to us. They've been super helpful. They come in, they visit from Mrs. Munson in the morning, saying hello to all the children, to the cafeteria staff, like above and beyond, helping the children and giving us what we need. So that part has been wonderful. And then just having the high school kids come in, that was a part of the job that's new to me. And it's been wonderful to see them in just a few short weeks. They've bonded with all the preschool kids. They're so engaged. They come in, they're so excited to see them. The preschool kids, have taken to them right away. So it's just really nice to see. They're all, like Bethany said, they're very reflective. They ask questions. They are offered to help all the time. So sometimes they're working with the kids. Sometimes they're doing some prep work for the classroom. And they come at all different times of the day, too, because of the way the schedule works. So it's just been more successful than I could have even imagined. So that's it. Thank you.
Do you want to talk to the other goals of that, what the high school is?
Do you want to talk any more about that? We can go to the next slide.
Yeah, go on.
Do you want to say
It's a lot. There's a lot of components to it. I think with the goals of what we'd like to do. One of the things that we talked about is, so the goal is that, these high schoolers could potentially, when they graduate, if they wanted to go work at one of the centers, they could, or even, we've talked about potentially having them study and take the para-pro test. They could take it when they turn 18, and then we're building our own potential, workforce within the district. So there's a lot of opportunities there, I think. This just talks about the community partners. So right now, and we have room to grow. We're starting small, even though it feels huge to us. There's a lot of balls to juggle, but we partner with Little People's College, South Shore Early Education, which a lot of people know as Head Start, in their beautiful new building, and then Best Friends Learning Center on Sandwich Road. So as we talked about, the three of us, we go in there and support students in there, do screenings and things like that. So that just talks about the three of us, and then some more pictures of these cute little friends.
And I guess lastly, the preschool classroom did not open quite on the first day of, obviously the first day of high school, and kindergarten doesn't begin till September 8th this year. And then we opened September 15th. So I had 2 weeks with the high schoolers, and Miss Wendy had ordered new furniture. Miss Wendy ordered Little Tykes cars. They all came in boxes. So the high school students and I, along with the carpentry group, is that?
Yeah.
Mr. Emery's class built. And when I say built, I don't know if there's pictures there, but you can see there are houses
Yes.
in the classroom.
Doctor's office.
3 houses, and Miss Cote and I built a greenhouse.
Yes.
A greenhouse. So literally, we were using all of the tools. Emily, can you come join us? Here's one of our high school students now. Emily, I was just sharing with school committee all of the building we did before the preschoolers.
Is this like Christmas Eve?
At 10 o'clock at night. Right? What did you build, Em?
We built some playhouses, some like toy cars for them to play with.
Would you speak into the microphone?
We built some toy cars and we built some playhouses and just almost a lot of things in the classroom. We built furniture, all of it.
And we moved it all.
Yeah. Lots of loads.
And so, Emily, would you tell school committee about your experience so far in the classroom and just what it's like?
In the classroom, we are treated as an assistant teacher. Like, they refer to us as their teachers. It's no different. We help cut out paperwork that they're going to do for activities. We play with them. We help them with lunch. We help them washing their hands. We do everything just as any other teacher would. I really enjoy it. It's very fun. All the kids are super sweet, and they've grown to know us over time, and I love them all.
Emily, can you tell them what Amelia said to you today, when a little girl in our class, when we were coming in from the
Yes.
playground?
She said that when she grows older, she wants to play soccer like me and one of my good friends, Sophia.
That's really nice. We look up to the high school kids.
Sure they do. Questions? Anybody? Yes, Joyce.
Well, I just want to say, it's only been 2 weeks, so to hear that, that's really awesome. My only question, I had a couple more, but you answered them. The centers that you go out to, so are they welcoming? Do they appreciate this? Is that something new this year that you've been doing that, or have you been doing that all along?
So I started, Wendy and Mary are the ones who, they really got the ball rolling on this, and the funding came through last year in March. And so I started in March going out to the centers. And so this year, it's been a lot easier. But yes, they were welcoming. And I think initially, with anyone, we don't want them to feel like we're coming in to say, do it this way, this is how we do it. So we really, I try to go in and build that rapport with the staff, and I think that we have. And we have monthly leadership meetings so that we have, in general, a lot of collaboration, opening the lines of communication, because we do have a lot of shared students who come to, say, our preschool program for half day and then go to the other programs for half day. So this has been really nice to be able to collaborate on the best way to, get the best experience for these kids. And, I mean, there's so many moving parts from transportation and all of those things, and how the strategies that work for us, do they work for them, and things like that. So it's been good.
Well, that's great. To have that partnership is really important, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So that was actually two of my questions. One of my questions was the transportation. Are these, the students that are coming into the high school for preschool, are they being transported by parent only? Is it bus? Okay, so it's their parent pick up and drop off for that. And my other question is, I know you mentioned like the cafeteria. How is lunch working for them? Do they go and get their lunch, or does it get brought to the classroom? Like, how is that working out for them?
It's working out great. We eat in the classroom, so for breakfast and lunch, a paraprofessional goes to the cafeteria and collects it on a cart, collects their lunches. We take their orders in the morning, we give it to the cafeteria, and then we bring it back to the classroom, and they eat in the classroom.
Okay,
Yep,
thank you.
you're welcome.
Roger, you good?
The only real question I have is about the learning materials that they're being taught with. Are they, is this some standardized thing that's throughout Massachusetts, or?
Are you referring to the centers or within Rachel's class?
Oh, just in general with your, that school, that.
So we follow the same curriculum that the Wareham Elementary School follows. We have an ELA program called CKLA, and then we also have a math program called Bridges, and we follow both of those.
Okay. Thank you.
But the partner programs can choose to use what we use, or they can continue to use what they already use.
With the goal of I think one of the big goals of the grant is to, again, locally aligned, quality and curriculum. The overall goal being kindergarten readiness. So that's one of the things that we're working towards.
I just want to thank you for setting the right tone and the right proper foundation for the kids going forward, and for all your hard work. And Emily, good luck, and I hope you're going to learn a bunch this year, and they're going to learn from you. So thank you for being part of this.
So is the funding, is there any risk with respect to the funding
Risk,
in terms of not having it come back?
yeah.
There's always that.
Right, so we.
Is it state
We
or
were
federal?
awarded, it's state. We were awarded last year, and then again, we just got it for this year.
So you've gotten it 2 years in a row?
Twice.
Okay.
Yep. So we're hoping that we would get it next time for 3 years, that they would increase it from 1 year to 3.
Because there's different phases of the grant. So last year we were in the planning phase. This year we're in early implementation, and then there's a mid implementation. So the goal is to keep it, they really want to keep it going, to progress it and build upon it. There are other districts that have so many centers, that partner with them and are much bigger, so they want to keep it going.
So the only other question I have is, the opening slide, something about improving access. Now, is it fair to say that you have some peers and some IEPs? Is that a correct statement?
So we're moving into that. We do have at-risk students right now. We don't have anyone at the high school who's on an IEP. We just have a few that we're watching that could move over to an IEP. But we have the itinerant team right now who is really focusing on those kids to support them and to support Rachel and her team.
But there's still, for the peers, there's still a charge, correct?
There is a charge.
So by saying you're improving access, basically you're saying you're increasing the number of slots. Is that a fair statement? Is that the way you're improving access?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, because they pay the same amount that they pay at the elementary school. Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
With the added bonus of another half day, because under CPPI requirements, it has to be at least a 6-hour day, and
5 days.
5 days a week, whereas at the elementary school, preschool teachers don't have students on Friday afternoons because that's when they do the evaluations. So Rachel's class goes 5 full day on Fridays. So that's a little different.
I'm not about to give you a project, but my head is thinking it would be wonderful to see if the program at the high school, 6 hours, a high school student who loves them and is interacting and is supporting them, if these kids actually do better in elementary school than the kids who don't have the benefits of what I just described. So if you have time,
Track that data.
track that data. That would be wonderful.
Idea.
Show me the data. We got it.
Got it. I mean, just the interaction alone of the there's high schoolers, sometimes 3 additional beyond the 2 paraprofessionals and the teacher. So it's a lot of one-on-one or 2-on-1 correspondence.
One of your high school students is a wonderful tennis player of mine. I'm going to get a full report.
Yes.
Juliana,
Oh, yes.
or Julie, I think she's called.
Actually, I think,
Ah, okay.
Dr. Chandler, if I
Yes.
remember correctly,
Yes.
one of the
our
first
assignments.
assignments
Yes,
that
let's tell them.
she said, who was your favorite teacher and why? And actually, she mentioned you. So
Yes, the paper. There we go.
Okay.
there you have
Juliana
it.
Fry is a very nice person. All right, anything else?
Nope, just thank you.
Yeah, I want to say thank you to all these folks. It truly was a team effort with all these folks here, with Scott. It was like obstacle after obstacle, and
Yes.
nobody said, there was no give up on this. It was like, we're going to make this happen, and it's going to be great, and it is great. So thank you all.
Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you
especially
for
Emily. I guess, Bethany, you can stay right where you are. Are you,
No, she's not a principal anymore.
so even though you're responsible for some kids, you're not in the principal position?
Right. I mean, I can stay, though. I'm happy to stay. Would you like me to stay?
Up to you. Okay, principals, you're on.
I will stay. In case you have questions for me.
Yeah. It's called a transition.
He'll find some, don't worry.
I know. It's true. Happy to.
Okay, have you guys figured out who goes first? I think maybe the rookie. Wait a minute, I have 2 rookies.
I think it says Scott goes first.
I think it is. It
Scott
goes
Palladino's
right
first.
to the left.
Oh, really? Okay. So for the month of September, we're very excited about our attendance, overall 96%, and everyone was above 95, with the exception of 9th grade, just a little below 95, so continuing to work with those students, but I appreciate the work of the deans, guidance counselors, and all the social workers in continuing the effort to try and get well above 95. So starting off well, we're very happy with that. The teacher attendance is at 98%, which is great, and we're just hoping the flu season misses us this year and we can continue on this path. So certainly a good month, but we've got a long way to go, so we'll keep you posted on that. As you've heard, the fall sports season is happening, and Unified being one of those teams, and it's great to see the participation rates going on and the competitive spirit with all of the teams. It's been a great fall, and we'll continue on. We're, believe it or not, almost halfway through the season for all sports with the exception of football, so it's going by fast. Our Cranberry Credit Union Bank, new name, is open once again at the high school, and they're open on Tuesdays and Thursdays for the students and staff during all lunches, and we appreciate the collaboration with the Cranberry Credit Union. The clubs started just a couple weeks ago, and we have a tremendous amount of students involved in over 20 different clubs that operate different times of the day, different days of the week, and that's been really positive, and so we're excited about that. We have some events going on. As you heard from Dr. Chandler, and love to see you all there for our preschool open house on the 8th. Chef Breda will be cooking, by the way, so
Oh, wow.
come hungry. But as everyone said, it was really awesome to see the collaboration. I haven't seen something like that in many years, and And everyone was so positive, and every step we moved forward, we had to face a hurdle, but it was unbelievable. Everyone was just like driven to get it done, and I think that's why they were able to present that presentation today. And there's so many people, I'd be afraid to mention names, so many people that are involved, all the way, obviously starting with the superintendent, down to everybody in the building, everyone in the elementary school and central office. It was a great collaborative effort. I joked to Dr. DeAndrea, what are we going to do next? What's the next project? 'Cause it was fun. And it was fun that everyone was so positive. I think that's what made it the most amount of fun, was just everyone's positivity, and we're going to get this done. It's another hurdle. We're going to get it done. So I appreciate that. October 10th, we have an in-service for the district, and we've been working with ASCD with our inclusion classrooms, special ed classes, and it's been a very positive collaboration. And now we're looking to enhance that collaboration, where we have the majority of our staff involved in differentiating instruction and meeting the needs of all students. So we're very excited for that collaboration, and we've been working with the same lady who's coming in, so I think it's going to be a real positive day. Our favorite time of the year for our staff is Spirit Week, and that's happening the 14th through the 17th. And right in the middle of that, as is tradition, we have PSAT testing on October 15th. Our homecoming football game is on the 17th. Our homecoming dance is on the 18th. If you're interested in chaperoning, we could use a few more bodies. Our Haunted Hallways is happening on the 28th of October. It's just another great collaborative event with the elementary and middle school students and all the high school clubs and activities. We have early release on the 31st, and November 5th is our picture retake. And certainly, we from a collaborative standpoint for the staff, we had our welcome back party in the library this year to impact more staff that maybe couldn't go out to a local restaurant, and that was a success. So we were pretty excited about that. And then last but not least, we're excited about, on the early release days, we're really focusing this year on a lot of curriculum work, and we're excited for that to take place. Curriculum's tough because you got to have time and money, and those are two things that sometimes can be scarce in any school in the state, in any school in the United States, let alone the state. Certainly would answer any questions you might have. That's my presentation on the month of September.
Do you have enrollment, like how many students right now are in the, like with the total number of students at the high school?
I can get it to you in a second. Do you have another question while I'm looking it up?
No, that's it.
Is this
That's
the
it.
official October 1 number?
That's why I was curious.
Technically, it would be
Yeah.
544.
Thank you.
Anything else from Mr. Palladino?
You had mentioned staff attendance. Are the teachers aware of the new DESE practice coming up? We're going to...
Your mic's not on.
Oh, I'm sorry. You had mentioned attendance of staff. Are the teachers aware that DESE is going to publish teacher attendance going forward, and that chronically absent teachers are considered chronically absent after 10 absences?
I would hope they're aware.
Okay.
They are now.
Well, we review it every year with all staff. That's something we've been doing at the high school, and I think for many of the schools in the district, we've been doing it for 15 years. It's the last indicator on standard 4 of the teacher evaluation rubric. So it's something, we talk about the expectation of the state for us to have appropriate attendance for our students and staff. And honestly, the staff, there's very few that abuse that. And the majority of staff are somewhere between 95 and 100%. Mm-hmm. And we have quite a few that have 100% attendance. So it's taken, I don't think that's unique to the high school, by the way. It's taken very seriously. You have to be on the job to do the job. And if you're not there, we can't replicate what's going on in your classroom by putting in a sub who doesn't have that expertise in that area of the curriculum. So it's really important.
Thank you.
Just for the record, speaking only for myself, I read this regulation, or is it official? I'm not even sure it's official yet. But to me, it's another heavy-handed DESE regulation, because until they differentiate between taking 10 Fridays and 2 weeks in a row because you're really sick, You know, what?
Or maternity leave. It
Or,
doesn't
mat-
matter.
yeah, I mean, you guys know what's a legitimate absence and what's not a legitimate, and where there's a negative trend and then there's no trend at all. So I hope this doesn't see the light of day, but we'll see. Sarah, you're on. Dr. Rousseau, is this your first?
No.
Oh, second, okay.
Yeah, no, this is the second school committee
Yes,
meeting.
yes.
Yes. Well, good evening, everybody. I'd like to also share for Wareham Middle School, our student attendance is at 95% for the month of September. As far as our enrollment goes, for fifth grade, we have 141 students. For sixth grade, 143 students. For seventh grade, 137 students. At this time, we have just selected our students of the month, and I would like to congratulate for fifth grade, Miss Evelyn Schroth, for sixth grade, Jamie Carpenter, and for seventh grade, Mila Hunter. I'm also delighted, just like the high school, we have started our clubs this week. We have a lot of clubs to choose from for our students. The clubs take place on Tuesdays and Thursdays. These clubs include art club, chess, chorus, jazz, band, guitar, the Honor Society, intramurals, JROTC Adventure Club, running, science, student council yearbook, and drama club. So there's a lot of opportunities for our students who have different interests to be able to participate in a club. The drama club met with students this Tuesday, and it was a packed house, if you can imagine. They've already begun work on this year's performance. It's Disney's Little Mermaid. Please save the date and plan to attend on March 11th or 12th. We're also excited to share that our band, our middle school band, has grown. We opened up for the fifth graders to join the middle school band, and we had 47 students join that are currently in fifth grade, bringing the total of our band members up to 100. So we are busting at the seams with our middle school band. Big Brothers and Big Sisters at Mass Maritime started this week. Students are enjoying time seeing their mentors again. They missed them over the summer, and so it was really fun to watch them to reconnect and see their mentors again for the new school year. And at this time, we have 21 students participating in the Mass Maritime Big Brothers Big Sisters. Our picture day is October the 8th. We have a very big social event going on same night as yours on the October 17th. So it's going to be a big night for Wareham Public Schools. We are having the Wareham Middle School and PTA Halloween dance for our 5th and 6th grade students, complete with a costume contest. This area of Wareham is going to be very busy on that evening. A lot of students are excited. Ticket sales go on for sale next week. Progress reports were sent home today, and I'm sure many families are celebrating with their students for their hard work for this first term. And I would like to extend my gratitude, and I want to say thank you to our Wareham Middle School families and staff for their supporting our students and our school community. Their support is invaluable, and it's greatly appreciated.
Thank you. Questions? Yes.
When you say that progress reports went home, do they go home by paper or by email?
And they go home by paper.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Is that how report cards go home also?
At this time, report cards are still going home on paper, but that is something that I am currently working with staff and our school council. We are in the process of just checking with everybody and seeing how they feel about it, but we would like to eventually move to electronic report card as the same as the elementary school has.
Mm-hmm. Is it something that people, you know, how you can opt in to receiving your electric bill online? Is that something that people could say, no, I don't want it electronically, and they could still get it? I mean, is that too?
If they are unable to receive it electronically, we do print it and we can mail it home or send it home with the student.
Okay.
We did do electronic notifications. I wrote a letter and we sent it electronically for students to share for the first time. It was a big test where they received notification of their homeroom teacher.
Oh, okay.
And at that time, we only had 7 families that were unable to receive it, so we called and we also mailed it home to them.
Okay, that's great. And then I just want to say thank you for the link to the newsletter. The newsletter is great. I really appreciate getting it, and whoever is doing it is doing a great
Well,
job. So
thank you. I appreciate that.
Is that you?
That's
Well,
me.
yes, thank you then, yes.
Yeah, and it's also a testament to the staff at Wareham Middle School. They take a lot of photos, they share information with me. We're very fortunate here at Wareham Public Schools that we have an account with S'mores to be able to create newsletters and showcase the great things that our students are doing.
Yeah, I saw that that was the format, so I, appreciate that it was something that we were able to get, so appreciate that you're using it, and good for the it's great information for the families, so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? I started the chess club about 64 years ago in my junior high school.
Well, you'll have to come play one afternoon. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, okay.
So at the elementary school level, we have our enrollment is currently at 946 students. We just started our kindergarten at the high school, so we're excited to get that initiative off the ground. It was a very great collaborative effort on everyone's part. Amazing work here in Wareham. Everybody was really committed to getting this project up and running, so we really appreciate all the support from all the administrators and the high school as well. It was definitely a team effort, and that we were so close to opening day and being able to go almost simultaneously was amazing that we were able to do that. So thank you to all those people that did help us. Our attendance is at 95% currently for the month of September. We have been on par with close to what we had last year, about the same month. Last year was a little bit lower, but we're kind of right around the same, maybe a percentage or two higher. Our Boosterthon, which is our school's #1 fundraiser, is going to be starting kickoff is October 23rd. We start the fundraising for that, so if families are looking out for that, there'll be notices coming home and announcements about the Boosterthon and how it works, and it's a great one-time kind of fundraiser that really produces a lot of supports for our students so that we can initiate a lot of activities for them to support their education throughout the year. So please keep your eyes out for that. I met with my school council this week. First time. It was great community effort. The members of my team that showed up, I still have a couple more that I'm going to hunt down, but they're all really positive and a great sounding board for myself and for our learning community. I use my school council as my ears to the ground, so they're always reporting kind of what they're seeing at the ground level and how what we do here in our elementary school has an impact on our students, has an impact on our families, has an impact on our community. And if I can get within my school council, they can really give me a lot of feedback that helps us to develop a positive learning environment for our students. So I really appreciate those parents that did come out and school community members. I was also, our intramurals and our chorus and our band have started. They are up and running. They're excited to practice and learn their instruments. It's fun to see the students walking around with their instruments and preparing and practicing, and you can hear those squeaks and tweets that they're getting to those first notes that they've had, so it's always inspiring to see students getting their first musical experience and performance experience at the elementary level, so we're excited about that. We are looking at starting on the buses a positive behavior incentive, and we're looking at developing the Viking theme for our buses in collaboration with the bus company. We're going to have the rules stated in Viking type terms. I'm not sure what those are going to look like, but that's what it's going to look like. And then they'll be working towards getting Viking ducklings. That'll be their passengers working towards every 10, if their bus goes without any slips for a week, they'd earn a duckling, and they're earning 10 ducklings. They get a special prize at the end, whether it's going to be a dance party, whether it's going to be a picture with the Viking, or dressing up like Vikings. We're going to find out. It's going to be a lot of fun for the kids and give them some incentives for positive behaviors on the bus. And that's really what we're looking for, and kind of revamping that atmosphere to make it a positive learning environment as well as a transportation into school. So that's our goal with that. Let's see, Maritime Big Brothers Big Sister program has started as well. We're looking forward to that. Our students are engaged. They're enjoying the time with their mentors. Harvesting from our garden out back. We have some lovely gardens back there. It's now harvest time, even though the weather has been really warm as of late, and it's helping us with our recess. So we love getting our kids outdoors as much as possible. And the garden they're working on harvesting during STEAM time, STEAM lessons. Students go out there with their teachers. They've planted them at other times in the year, and they're learning about the life cycle of plants and growth. So that's exciting. And last but not least, Cranberry Credit Union. We appreciate their support during our open house. They donated a bunch of backpacks for our kiddos that had little piggy banks in them. So the kids left our open house with a nice little backpack, a little prize to go home with to start their savings for their lifelong goals. So that's our Wareham Elementary School state as of September.
Questions? Joyce?
I don't have a question. I just want to say thank you to you, too, for the link to the newsletter. It was really great. Well done, lots of information, so thank you. And whoever's working on that, if that's you?
No, I'm going to have to give credit to Ms. LaFrancois.
Well, yes.
She's awesome. She took that on initiative to help me, support me. As I'm learning the district, as I'm learning the schools, she helps support me with that.
Well, please tell her I said thank you.
I will.
Looks great.
Absolutely.
Can I ask how many Mass Maritime cadets you have come over to the building? Roughly?
I don't know that number off the top of my head.
Okay.
I have
was
to
just
find
wondering how
that.
many kids get the advantage of that. But and then how many parents do you have on your school council? How many were you able to get?
Currently, we have 1, 2, 3, 7.
Wow, great.
Well, that's a good number.
All right, very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, staff attendance, do you have that?
I don't have that.
Okay. So every time I read, and this is for all of you, every time I read some negative comments about test scores, including in Massachusetts, one of the reasons given is always chronic absenteeism. Is anything working? Because frankly, 95% is a pretty good number. And yes, I appreciate the fact that staff are even higher in some cases. But what is the average for Massachusetts? Do you have any idea?
For student attendance?
Yes.
I think it's roughly around 92,
Yeah, I would
low
think-
90s.
I would think 95 if you can maintain it, which I know is difficult. But can you point to anything that's working?
Oh, go ahead, Dan.
I can definitely give a lot of credit to our counselors at school. They have really started a lot of positive behavior interventions that really incentivize students to be attending school on a regular basis, recognizing them for all their time in school and their achievements. They really have set up a lot of systems within the building to kind of incentivize their attendance, and that really did, I think, have an impact over the past year at least, if not further back.
Good luck. You're off to a good start. As a volunteer bus driver, I love the fact that you're trying to work on reducing the number of slips. Just be careful where you put the ducks.
They're not going on the bus.
Okay.
They're not going on the bus. We're going to have a little assembly of them in the cafeteria based on their buses.
Sounds good. The bus drivers appreciate it, I guarantee it.
I know. I'm working side by side with the bus company on this initiative.
Yeah, Marie's great.
She's great.
All right. Anything else for anybody? Thank you very much. I appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Can I just speak once? I just want to talk
No,
about the past
sorry.
program. Well, Mr. Palladino said there was one more project, and I do say that Dr. DeAndrea and I are working on a project at the McDuffie Center, the McDuffie Educational Center, which is formerly the Annex. So
Yes.
that building is opening very soon. And I do have to say kudos again. It was another collaborative effort. Jane and the Beyond School Time and the teachers there have really put back that building. And I have to say thank you so much to Eric Tahan, our technology department, Ms. Cote's department there, for putting in all the technology. There's beautiful floors in there. So we'll have another grand opening coming up, fingers crossed, at the beginning of November for all of our night school students. So I'm very excited that they'll have their own school once again. the McDuffie Educational Center. We're going to
you.
call it the MEC.
Thank you.
I don't think that's original.
No, it's not.
Okay. Mr. Superintendent.
Yes, sir. So you've received the superintendent's newsletter, and I ask first if you would approve the listed bill and payroll warrants.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second?
All those in, any discussion? All set? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? 500.
Okay, and I do have a couple of gifts that I ask that you accept. One is $250 from the Sipacana Choral Society in Marion to the Wareham Elementary School music program to be used by the teachers, how they seem best would be for the program. And also we'll receive $500 from the American Legion that will go to our JROTC program at the high school. Again, used at the discretion of the instructors towards events and service. So I ask that you please accept those two very generous gifts.
Motion to approve
Second?
Is this for both?
for both.
Okay. I have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Thank
All
you
those-
to those people.
Yes. Many thanks. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? These are two gifts.
Oh, yes.
Opposed? Abstained? 500. Thank you.
Thank you to all I have.
That's all you have?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Policy Review Subcommittee update. April.
Hello. So our first policy review meeting will be next Wednesday, October 8th, at 4 p.m. by Zoom. Most of our meetings will be at 5 p.m. And I, with the help of Ms. Jamie Wixton, who I would not be able to do this without, we are still looking for a special education parent. So if there is anyone interested, if you could email myself or Jamie Wixton any interest on being a part of the policy review. We will meet October, November, and then January, February, March. And again, that's just to review any of the policies that are coming down. Every 3 years, we have to update the policies to make sure that they're still relevant. Some are 5, but most are 3. It's usually 3 years. And they get reviewed to make sure that they still are relevant and that they still comply with our DESI regulations and Mass General Law. And we get a lot of input from teachers, administration, and parents. So it's a good collection of people throughout the district. So again, we're just still looking for one more parent. A special ed parent could be from any of the schools. If you could reach out if you are interested. And again, our first meeting will be October 8th at 4 o'clock by Zoom. And once they will get a link to that meeting once they are a part of that committee.
So it's a Zoom?
It's a Zoom, yep.
Okay. All right.
So that's the only thing I had because we haven't met yet, so.
Understood. Okay. Search Committee update. Kevin.
Yeah, so as Joyce mentioned, we held staff forums earlier this week, and we still have the public survey that is available to be taken. That ends on October 7th. It closes then. There's a link in Wareham Week to that survey, and a link on our website and on the school Facebook page as well. We have 143 responses so far to the survey, so not bad, but you have another few days to fill that out, so I would encourage anyone in the public to do so. Also, the search committee is set. I will give that to everyone tonight with all the members that we have, but so the public knows, it's the town administrator, 2 school committee members, 2 central office personnel, principal, elementary teacher, middle school teacher, high school teacher, a special ed parent, a regular ed parent, a student rep, and a community member at large to make up the 13-member committee. We meet, our first meeting's on October 8th, and then we will be underway in the month of October. Interviews will happen probably the first week of November, and we will have chosen a superintendent for the following year sometime by mid-November. Knock on wood.
Congratulations on getting the committee all set.
Ready to go.
Yeah, that's great. Any questions from anybody on the search? Your biggest concern?
I'm happy that we are one of the first communities in the state looking for a superintendent right now, so we're the first up for everybody. So I'm hopeful that that will help increase the pool of quality candidates.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
sorry, Kevin, I might have missed it. Did you say that the job has been posted?
I did not, but yes, the job
Yes,
has been
It has
posted.
been posted on the Mask website.
When did the posting go in?
Earlier this week, I believe.
All right. April?
Yes, I know at the last meeting that I was unable to attend, you guys went over the previous resolutions that are just being reintroduced, and you guys went over where we had stood, and we will continue to stand with what we did. There is one new resolution that will be for the delegate assembly at the MASC conference regarding removing BMI testing from schools. This was submitted by the Grafton School Committee. And so hopefully you guys read the body of the resolution. And basically it states that therefore it be resolved that MASC urges the removal of BMI screening requirement from all public schools, and that they urge, just the removal of BMI as a requirement for screening for public schools. I don't know, it was founded in 1832 based on adult men and math, so I don't know that it's necessary in body shaming young children.
I'm going to abuse the principal since you're all still here. Could you come up for a second? All three of you? And Tracy, you're welcome to join them if you have an opinion on BMI.
That'll teach you not to go home when you had the chance.
You missed your window, Scott. I just said that. I saw you try to hide behind your laptop.
So, obviously, this is extemporaneous. So, tell us what you think about BMI and whether you find it in any way, shape, or form useful.
I think the nurse would say it's important for students to understand their body mass index. And, but I do know, to your point you mentioned earlier, some kids, it does shame them. But students are always allowed to opt out of it as well. So it's not like they're forced into that
Do
situation.
they require the parent to opt out for them, or can they opt out themselves?
The phys ed, or the health department rather, is pretty good about, if they're apprehensive, facilitating that process. So
Okay.
it's never forced, but, it's one of those things, again, speaking for the nurse and the health department, they feel it's very important. Obviously, we want to produce healthy young adults at the high school and, starting at a very young age as well, having those conversations. I know the phys ed department does a lot with fitness testing throughout the district as well. So some of it, you might be able to argue, could be a little redundant. But I will tell you from the nurse's office, she feels it's important, but it's also a lot of work. So it's a lot of work.
I was going to come.
I always want Tracy's
Yes, we do.
opinion.
Sarah, you don't have to have an opinion, by the way.
Well, the only opinion I have of it is that's honestly a conversation that a parent should have with their student's pediatrician. That's something I feel like is private, and that's, if it's a screener that's required, okay, but it's not something where we should have a conversation about it. That should be between the parent and the pediatrician of that student.
Dan?
For an actual BMI test to be accurate, there's an expense. It's something that we don't really do. It's the testing that we do in schools is subjective. It's fairly subjective, based on height weight. The height weight ratio is the least intrusive manner of determining it. So I think that's our bare bones minimum I think that we need. Otherwise, when you're doing them in front of peers, in front of other groups, I don't necessarily think it's necessary for children, particularly at the elementary level. But it's something that pediatrician and the parents, they can definitely go down that avenue together.
So it sounds like, and I will ask you, so it sounds like if you were sitting in our chair, you'd be a no, no, yes. Fair? Okay, Tracy.
No. I had a child who was in the 100th percentile in the 100th percentile from the moment he was born. He was shamed. He was embarrassed. When you opt out, everybody knows you opt out. You stand here. You're not getting it here. And I don't think it has any right in schools. I think it's a conversation that I'd be happy to have with the pediatrician, the nutritionist that I dealt with his entire life, and I don't think it has any right in school. And schools can't be everything to every child. So that is my opinion. But it mainly comes from the trauma, and it was trauma, that my child experienced and that I experienced as a parent of a child who was overweight his entire life, and over the 100th percentile since birth. So.
Well, thank you for coming back. Does anybody have a question for them?
No, I agree with all of them. Sorry, Scott. But I think that, in the health and the phys ed departments, they are taught healthy choices, healthy nutrition, and things of that nature. I don't think personally that BMI holds any standard. According to my height and weight, within the last year, granted, I've made healthier diet choices because I found I was allergic to some stuff and cut that out, and it was great. But I was considered obese by that scale. And if looking at me, you guys have known me a very long time, I don't think I would have ever been considered obese. But on that scale, I was considered morbidly obese based on my height and my weight, where I was and what they felt I should be for my height. And I'm height-wise very similar to a lot of the kids, if not smaller. So I can only imagine how that is for them. One of the other statistics that's listed here is, how much eating disorder has grown from 3.5 to 7.8% between 2001 and 2018 in adolescents. So when they are shamed, they make less than stellar choices because they think that that's the way to get where they need to get. And I think that it's definitely, I agree with using a pediatrician. I just think for school related, I don't know what relevance it holds for their education.
Can I make a statement?
Oh, absolutely.
I don't have a question for these guys, but just.
I was going to say thank you for your patience. You're welcome.
Thank you.
So I was speaking with a Wareham High School graduate who also got her nurse practitioner degree from Yale about 5 years ago, and she basically said that BMI isn't necessarily a good indication of health. It needs to be interpreted and discussed with your medical provider who's already screening you for it. And she said she didn't see the need necessarily for schools to do it. So that's just one pediatric nurse practitioner who knows her stuff.
Yeah. All right, Joyce.
So I agree, I agree with everything that Tracy just said. But my question is, I remember when this became, we had to create a policy to create this process in the schools, and I'm pretty sure it was tied to funding for something. Wareham Public Schools didn't decide to test for BMI. It was something that was given to us that I want to say were required. I will vote yes.
I think at one point it was tied to the presidential
but I don't remember any funding tied
But
to
it wasn't
I
because.
think it was the presidential physical fitness.
No,
there
it
was
had
something
nothing to
with
do with
When
that.
I was a kid, that's how they were connected.
No, this was while I was on the school committee, or while I was on the school council, which has been a long time, but Wareham Public Schools didn't make this up. This came from either the state or the federal level.
Okay, Roger?
Yes, so the wording of that, how that resolution starts, where they're saying it's not useful, there's other BMI calculators besides that one. It's called the NHS, and it has the ability to input your ethnic or your racial, what is it called? Normal body composition. And I don't know, I'm not in favor of throwing out the whole system when you can adjust it to make it work for other races and ethnicities, as well as that the height and weight should be, I think, administered by a standardized method using a weight that's been scale that's been certified, and as well as a measuring tape that they would be available at schools, and that's how I look at it.
I confess to some ambivalence, but given the fact that body image, especially among females, is such a terrible way of shaming people, and you hear about it all the time. We haven't even talked about bulimia and all the rest of the stuff. It just seems to me, with all respect to Scott's nurse, you know, we're probably better off focusing on other things.
I just don't
And
know
I
how
think
it
Dan is
pertains
right.
to education. Like, what does this have to do with the education that the kids are getting at school?
Yeah, and
If
Dan's
they're
right.
they have to submit a physical, you know, every student has to get a physical by their medical professional to come to school. Their weight and everything is recorded by their doctor, and any concerns would be discussed, like they mentioned, privately with their physician if there's an issue. I don't know how that, where it pertains to. We're in the education business. I don't know where this came from. I mean, again, that we're just voting to just get rid of it as a requirement, whether or not we have a pilot program with like a gym teacher or with our coaching program that we're working on to try to, if we have like any sort of like nutritional or health-related classes and they want to discuss it and take that up as an option that they choose to participate in, great. But I definitely am all for removing it as a requirement for a kid to be pulled out of school in front of having the entire class weighed and measured in front of everyone. I don't think it's necessary or beneficial to the education.
Just one little anecdote. There's a world-class tennis player who is, I'm sure, obese according to a BMI. So, you know, you can be very successful and have a statistic that just doesn't look very good. Okay, I think we're ready for a vote. Yes? I'll take a motion.
So, motion to approve the resolution removing BMI testing motion to vote yes to removing the BMI testing from schools at the MASC Delegate Assembly.
Understood. That's a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. Any further discussion? All those in favor of a yes, which would ask them to lobby against the requirement for a BMI?
Yes.
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 No.
Okay, 4-1-0. All right, I think that's all our business, unless anybody has anything else they'd like to bring before the committee. We good?
Good.
Okay,
Motion to adjourn?
Beat me to it.
yes.
A second?
Second? Everybody in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
5-0-0, thank you very much.
Thank you.